Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Now today is the first day of the new year as I'm filming this right now, and for my first video of the year I wanted to pick a topic that I'm super deeply passionate about, and that is skincare. Over 20 years of my life I had severe cystic acne and I tried all kinds of things. It took me years of suffering with cystic acne to finally figure it out and heal my skin, and also start fading the acne scars, because you know when you get bad acne, it can leave scars. Now all of our bodies are different, and I know everyone has different experiences. My goal here for this video is just to get this information out to anyone who is struggling with acne, and then it's up to you what you do with that information. These tips I'm gonna give you right now don't involve anything harsh with your body. This is all natural things that you can do to naturally heal your body from the cystic acne. All right, 10 tips, here we come. Number one, I quit dairy, and that was almost 8 years ago now. So I quit dairy after having been totally addicted to dairy for my entire life. Sometimes you reach a point of exhaustion fighting the cystic acne and you're like, I will do anything to get rid of this, including giving up my favorite food, which was cheese. Yeah, I mean, I had lots of favorite junk foods too, but mostly it was cheese. All that inflammation in the cyst, it finally cleared on my cheeks. Oh, I should mention also, when I finally decided to quit dairy, I had actually already been vegetarian for several years. And so I finally quit dairy, so that made me plant-based, vegan, whatever you want to call it. Now for a lot of us who are acne prone, it's not just one thing. It's often multiple triggers that can get us and trigger our acne breakouts. So for me, I definitely had some more going on. So although cutting out the dairy was a huge improvement, it was the biggest improvement in my skin when I finally cut that out, but I still had breakouts, cystic acne breakouts on my chin, and I finally found those. So tip number two, I cut out gluten, and then I experimented with grains and cut out the ones that were getting me. So for me, gluten was a major trigger, and I had eaten it for my whole life and just didn't realize it, and it was getting me the whole time. So I cut out gluten. Finally, some of those really big cysts started going away on my chin, but every once in a while I would eat something like rice or oatmeal, and those were also triggers for me too, which was sad because I really liked black rice and I had to stop eating it because my body did not like it like I liked it. But anyway, number two, gluten/grains. That's just an area to look into. It doesn't mean it's going to be a trigger for everyone out there, because all of our bodies react differently and have different triggers, but it's definitely an area that can be it can cause some hypersensitivity in our body. So it's a good area to check out and just do some experimenting and testing with those foods for you. Tip number three, I got more serious about cutting out the processed junk food from my diet. I actually started crowding it out. So I ended up kind of switching out foods that were not great for me and just replacing them with foods that I enjoyed just as much, but that were way healthier. Now, some people are amazing at quitting things cold turkey. That is not me. I have to do things slowly over time because I know this is going to be for a lifestyle that I'm doing it for, not like a quick fix and then I'm going back to what I was doing before. That's not how I work. If I make changes, it's based on, this is a lifestyle that I'm moving towards for the rest of my life. So I have to do things very slowly and progress in that way. So I had to first focus on eliminating the sugar from my diet. So the high fat, high sugar type of foods. Once I eliminated that stuff, I noticed a huge difference in my overall complexion. So the redness and irritation that I saw a lot going on in my skin, and like a lot of the texture, that started fading away. All the redness and irritation, it started going away. And then greasy, oily foods, I started eliminating those, and I noticed a big change in my pores. They started purging, and then they got clean and clear, and they just looked so much healthier. And a lot of processed foods also have a lot of sodium. So once I started clearing that out from my diet, I noticed that all my puffiness around my eyes, my eyelids, my nose, all of that started going away. It's almost like a snowball effect too, because once you're able to get one thing under control, then you can move on to the next thing, and it's like this momentum, and you start feeling better and better with every step along the way of your journey. You don't deserve to be dealing with skin that you're not happy to be in. You deserve to have healthy skin that you feel good in, that you can wake up every morning and you feel excited for the day, and it's not even something that you have to think about anymore. Now, if you try these things and you are still dealing with some sort of breakouts and you're not sure what it is, we're on to tip number four. We have to go a little bit deeper. So we need to find any other food sensitivities or triggers that you might have, so any intolerances. And cutting out the processed food will help a ton because every processed food has a bunch of ingredients in there, and it could literally be any one of those tiny ingredients, even if it's only like 2% of the food item, right? It could be a very small amount that can be a trigger for us. And so cutting out the processed food eliminates having to dig through a lot of possible triggers. So if you simplify your diet down to whole foods, you're going to be able to find any food triggers a lot faster and easier. So a lot of times it's recommended to go on an elimination diet. Now, this is not a permanent long-term diet. This is a temporary diet just to play and experiment with your food and see, what might be triggering you. So if you have any suspicious foods, maybe eliminate those for a while, and then one by one, bring each one back into your diet and see what happens. So we have to be our own doctor. We have to play and experiment and see what might be getting us. I'll just share some of the items from my personal list, not that these are gonna be your triggers, but just to give you an idea of maybe some areas to look in if you have no idea where to start. So, okay, spicy foods, spices, garlic, and it doesn't matter if it's fresh garlic or powdered garlic spice, that will get me pretty bad. Yeast, anything with yeast in it, that includes nutritional yeast, I can't eat that. Anything with vinegars of any kind, that also goes for fermented foods, are a cystic acne trigger for me. Including wine. I cannot have, I don't drink alcohol anymore. Quit that. 2018 was the last time I ever had a drink. I gave up alcohol 100%. But yeah, it definitely would flare up the cystic acne. Beverages. There were certain kinds of beverages that might seem healthy. Like I tried to drink kombucha, again, a fermented food. Bad cystic acne. No kombucha for me. Now, beverages is an area that we can easily overlook because just drinking something doesn't seem like it would be harmful. Well, I mean, unless we're, I guess alcohol, but okay, we're other things like healthy drinks. So like putting lemon in your water. A lot of times it's touted as something that's really healthy, and it can be for some people. I tried to do it, and when I did it a few years back, oh man, it just wrecked my skin. I had like open sore cystic acne all over my chin. It was really humiliating and embarrassing, and it really knocks the wind out of you when you wake up and you're just completely swollen and it's going to be a bad one. It's going to be a bad time. So I just wanted to use that as an example because there could be healthy foods out there for most of the population, but for whatever reason, our body is reacting to it. So we just have to eliminate that. And once I did, I stopped eating lemon. I don't put it in anything. I haven't had lemon since, and my skin does not break out like that. But for some reason, that was a really, really bad one for me. So everybody's different, but that's why I'm doing this video with all of these examples and tips, because one thing might work for one person and you might be able to solve your problems right away, and another person might have to do all 10 tips before they finally get a nice clear complexion. It just depends on the person. For me, I had to go through this whole process to finally totally clear up my skin and keep breakouts at bay. And condiments can be another area for hidden ingredients that could be a possible trigger. So it's real easy to forget and just put on a sauce or have a dip, or have a salad dressing even. For me, any store-bought condiments, I don't eat those, because a lot of times they will contain something, some sort of vinegar in there or hidden ingredient or some sort of spice, and that will be a trigger for me. And so I just skip all of that, and I just make my own sauces, dips, and salad dressings at home out of whole foods. That way I don't have to worry about having a hidden trigger in one of the store-bought sauces or condiments. And one tip you're definitely going to want to know is food triggers will go to the same place on the body over and over again. Once your body has a pathway for that particular food that it recognizes, it will continuously push toxins out through that area of the skin. Like dairy was only on the cheeks for me. Gluten was only on the chin for me. Spices, only right in this area. Vinegars, anything fermented, wine, kombucha, that was also only on the chin. So it goes to the same place. Another bonus tip, keep a food journal. I use Chronometer online on their website. It is amazing for keeping track of everything you eat each day, and also make a note if you are having some sort of breakout. That way you can look back at the following days and see, okay, did I eat something weird? Suddenly I'm getting this breakout. And that way you can track back to see what exactly it was flaring up your inflammation, especially if it's going to the same spot over and over, and you notice that you happen to eat this food regularly every week in your diet. I did make note of your guys' questions on previous acne videos that I've done, or skincare videos, and you were asking about around the jawline acne flare-ups there, and if there's a way to fix that with your hormones, because a lot of people were told that is hormonal acne. Well, it can be, but not necessarily. Just because you're breaking out around your jawline or your chin doesn't mean that's only hormones. That can also be a food trigger. And hormones can also be affected by what we are eating. So if it is our hormones, we want to make sure we're eating a diet that is conducive to healthy, balanced hormones. So either way, our food comes into play. So we want to make sure our diet is on point for balancing our entire body, whether it's hormones, our skin, our inflammation levels. We want to keep those down as low as possible. So we want to eat anti-inflammatory foods. If we're eating anything that is pro-inflammatory and we're dealing with some sort of inflammation flare-up or hormonal issues, we're going to have to eliminate that no matter what eventually. Otherwise, we will keep having the same problem. Tip number 5, I lowered my fat intake from 30 to 40% down to 10 to 15%. And this was around the time that I was cutting out processed foods from my diet. And I realized at that time I was actually eating very high fat. 30 to 40% is pretty high. And when I started cutting it down and getting down to 10 to 15%, I started noticing some changes. I won't bring them all into this video because I know we're just focused on acne specifically. One of the biggest differences of lowering my fat was definitely clearing out the blackheads and also changing the texture of my skin. Like I used to have a lot of texture on my forehead, and finally that started clearing up and going away when I lowered my fat. Lowering my fat also changed how oily my skin used to be and my hair. I used to have very oily hair, but somehow dry scalp at the same time. Lowering my fats solved and totally balanced my scalp, my hair now, and my skin is no longer oily T-zone, dry elsewhere. Oh, I didn't mention that with food intolerances and sensitivities. Nuts and seeds can be triggers too for causing breakouts. I don't eat nuts because it will instantly cause major breakouts like cystic acne around the sides of my nose, between my eyebrows. This video is not about my food triggers. I just wanted to share a few of mine as an example to you guys in case you're looking for yours and you just don't know where to start. So that's another one to watch out for, is nuts. High fat items, high fat foods can definitely be triggers. So keep an eye on that area. But with all of that said about fat, I still eat fats every day, overt fats. So I eat avocado. Sometimes I'll have hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds. Now in this video, you're getting the most up-to-date information on everything from all of my experiments over the past 20 years. So you may have seen me eating foods that, you know, from older videos. For example, tofu. I used to eat a lot of tofu and I loved cooking with it, and oh, you can flavor it so many different ways. It is delicious, but I had to stop eating it because it became a trigger for me. The high fat content was just overwhelming my skin and it was causing inflammation flare-ups. If you can eat it, awesome. If you're finding it's a little bit of a trigger, maybe causing some inflammation, maybe take a break from it and see if that clears up. Tip number 6, if you feel comfortable enough to leave your skin bare, do that while your skin is trying to heal. We don't want to be, you know, packing in like liquid foundation or, you know, powdered foundation into our pores while it's trying to purge and heal. It just allows it to be able to breathe and have airflow, oxygen flow, and be able to purge out whatever it needs to without us interfering with that. Quite a while back, I stopped wearing foundation. Like I don't wear any liquid foundation or powdered foundations anymore. No concealers, not even under eye concealer anymore. I used to use a little bit of under eye concealer, but I don't even wear that anymore. So that's what I would recommend if you are struggling with your skin, to try to let it breathe, open air, have lots of oxygen flow as often as possible. Tip number 7, stop using acne products. I know this sounds crazy, right? Because I'm right there with you. I used to stand in the skincare aisle of the drugstore. I would be right in front of the acne section of skincare reading all the products, right? This was a long time ago. This was a very long time ago, but I spent way too many hours standing in the skincare aisle reading about all the products and trying to figure out which one would solve all of my acne issues. I have a secret. None of them will do that. None of them. There's nothing there that will stop something that is coming from the inside out. The acne skincare industry is a multi-billion-dollar business. They know they can sell to us because we're desperate. But the thing is, nothing that we do topically will ever solve what's happening from the inside out. So while there's topical products that can help dry that area of our skin that's having the breakout, you know, and might be able to dry it up a little bit faster, that's still not getting to the root of the problem, because we're just gonna have another breakout and then another one and then another one. And it's like a constant chase, right? And we never really solve the root cause. And we wanna get after the root cause because we don't wanna have breakouts at all coming up. We don't wanna just dry them out faster. We don't want them at all, right? So that is what we wanna do, is go after what's happening on the inside, which is going to be some sort of injury or irritation going on in the body that is flaring up inflammation, and now your skin is trying to purge it out. So that's what we want to attack, is what is attacking us, what's happening inside of us, and that is what's manifesting on the outside. So we have to get after that, because if we don't solve that inflammation that's going on continuously, chronic inflammation is going to be causing other health problems later on. So my advice is skip the acne skincare section and go to the produce section of your nearest grocery store and go pick out some beautiful fruits and vegetables, things that are safe for you to eat, and enjoy those. It's going to do so much more for your skin and healing your skin, especially very antioxidant rich, anti-inflammatory foods. Go for those. Those are the best skincare ever. You can have a very simple skincare routine. Just have a face wash that is gentle on your skin. It doesn't irritate your skin. I really like ACNE products, and I buy this just at Sprouts Farmers Market or natural grocery stores. You know, most health food stores or like health food type grocery stores will carry this. You know, Whole Foods probably has it too. So at night I use my face wash when I'm in the shower, but in the morning I just cleanse my face with cool water, and then I do a little bit of aloe treatment. So I do an aloe mask. I just buy these leaves at the grocery store. I just cut off a little portion of it and slice that open, like it's like a little jelly fillet, and then I will take that little fillet in the morning and just do like a 10-minute facial mask of aloe, and then I let that dry on my skin. After it's totally dry, I just rinse it off, and that's it. That's all I use in the mornings. Since I am talking about skincare real quick, I'll mention what I use for makeup remover. I just use coconut oil. This is Dr. Bronner's coconut oil. I've also bought and used that for many years too. So that's how I get all my mascara and eye makeup off. On to number 8. I think we're on tip number 8. My favorite secret: greens. If you can start eating greens every day, eat salads, eat green smoothies, however you want to consume your greens is totally up to you. Leafy greens are the best skincare I've ever come across in my entire life. They're just incredible what it can do for your skin, for fading hyperpigmentation, for helping to fade acne scars and soften the skin. It creates a glow in the skin, a natural glow. You won't even have to wear a highlighter. You will just have this natural glow to your skin. Your body will be able to use all of those minerals and phytonutrients to heal your skin to the best of its abilities. There are some wondrous things that will happen to your hair, your nails, your skin, but we're just talking about skin in this video. Take any money that you were going to spend on a skincare product and just go to the produce section of your grocery store and go fill your cart with greens. But some of my favorites are like the dark green kale and dandelion greens. Fennel is another favorite. It's really good for digestion too, but I don't want to get too off topic here. But just get your greens in. It's amazing. It will do wonders. It will change the life of your skin, your complexion, everything. And it will maximize the healing that your skin can do. Tip number 9, hydration. We are juicy beans. We do need a lot of hydration, but not only from water. That is definitely one source to get our hydration from, but also the foods we eat. In fact, I have found eating very juicy foods to be even more hydrating than just trying to drink a ton of water. It seems like it almost just tends to go right through you. Have you ever experienced days where you're drinking a lot of water, but you just don't really feel like you're totally hydrated still? Yeah, or you maybe have dry skin going on, but you drink a ton of water? Yeah, because our food needs to be juicy and hydrating too. So what are some of the most hydrating foods that we can be eating to keep us hydrated from the inside out? Fruits are number 1. Nice, juicy, fresh fruits. Eat as much as you want every day. And once you start eating more fruit and fruit smoothies, I like to have both fruit and fruit smoothies every day. I like to eat an abundance of fruit. You might start to notice other areas on your body change. Like if you tend to have dry patches in certain places, or like dry, cracked heels or something, you might start to notice that starts clearing up for you too, because the hydration in fruit is perfectly packaged. Fruit and vegetables are both juicy, but fruit is extremely juicy, right? So we want to have an abundance of hydration from our fresh fruits and vegetables every day. And that will start to change the smoothness of your skin, the natural glow of your skin, because it's now hydrated, and your skin will start to actually look like you put highlighter on it but it's just your natural glow from the inside out. It's amazing. Again, another life-changing tip. Get your hydration from your fruits and vegetables, not only your water. Don't make water your only source of hydration. Now, with that said, we still need water. Make sure you're drinking enough water every day, but that is not the only way to hydrate your body. Think of fruits and vegetables as being the ultimate body moisturizer, naturally infused with phytonutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. Okay, we've made it to tip number 10. So this is another important one that is probably not often thought about when it comes to skin, but it's very important for the health of our overall body and skin and healing process. And that is having healthy elimination or healthy bowel movements regularly. We should be going very regularly, at the very least, every single day like clockwork, if not 2 or more times a day. So if you're not regular and you're experiencing some constipation, you can always increase more fiber into your diet, but do it slowly. Don't jump into it. Don't go from 0 to 100 with it, because it could, initially cause some problems there if you're already currently backed up and having constipation problems. You want to reduce anything that's backing you up and causing constipation, and then slowly increase fiber. So it's a nice slow process so your body is able to start recovering and rebalancing its digestive tract naturally and over time. And having a bowel movement should not be a struggle either. It should be an easy breezy, wonderful experience. I know it sounds funny, but it should be an easy breezy, complete elimination, and it should happen every day, multiple times a day. At least twice a day is ideal. Sweat. Sweat every day. Your skin wants to sweat. It loves to sweat. Your skin is the largest organ. It's an elimination organ. And if you're one of those people that doesn't really like to sweat, I hear you, I feel you, but just let your body have, an hour a day to just enjoy working up a sweat. Your skin is going to get so healthy and so glowy, and especially if you're keeping hydrated through your diet and water, but also don't leave out those fruits and vegetables. Your skin is just gonna have a glow all the time. You're just gonna have the healthiest skin. You are going to look amazing. You're gonna feel amazing. Your lymph is gonna be flowing too, very important also in the elimination process. So elimination happens through our skin, happens through our digestive tract, and happens through our lymphatic system and lymph nodes. We wanna have everything flowing like a well-oiled machine, and you're going to look gorgeous because of it, or handsome. Maybe you want to look handsome. That's why exercise every day is so important. Some sort of exercise, even if it's just walking. One of my favorite ways to exercise is the rebounder, which I showed in one of our previous vlogs. I love rebounding. It is one of the best exercises to do for the lymphatic system too. All right, so those are my top 10 steps for exactly how I healed my cystic acne, and also faded hyperpigmentation, faded acne scars. Everything gets better with this process. And if you've ever experienced cystic acne or just regular acne breakouts, let us know in the comments below what helped you. Were you able to heal? Were you able to find the root cause? And what did you do to finally heal from it? And were you able to fade acne scars, hyperpigmentation? How did that work out for you? Let us know in the comments below, because with all of us together, we can help other people. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to take really, really good care of yourselves. All right, I love you. Bye.